The problem most sellers make is they cast their net too wide. So in my case, I'd say I'm going to target any CEO and any head of sales in the world. Now, the problem with casting your net wide is that if your list is wide, then your messaging will be very generic. The CEO of a 50-person construction services company has very different needs to a head of sales at a 5,000-person software company with 100 salespeople. I like this image from Liz Foslian as it shows only a very small percentage of people can we actually make an impact on. So when deciding on your ideal customer profile, there are 3 factors I recommend to look at. The first one is the buyer persona, the second is the industry or vertical, and the third is the common observation. Now, when thinking of your buyer persona, think of the department your potential buyer works in and what seniority they are. So in my case, we sell to marketing and sales leaders with director titles or above. So this could be a VP of marketing, chief revenue officer, or a head of sales. In addition, we also sell to CEOs, presidents, and founders, essentially people that run these companies that have a sales hat. But, and a big but here, is I can't sell to all 3 of these at once. Sales leaders have very different pains to marketing leaders, and company founders have their own unique challenges. So when building a list, pick just one persona, and it means you can tailor your messaging to that person. So for this campaign, I'm going to target sales leaders, VPs of sales, chief revenue officers, and heads of sales. You can at a later date pick a different persona. I've ran campaigns and booked meetings with CEOs, marketing leaders, and sales leaders, but all in their own unique campaigns. Now, once you've picked the buyer persona, then you can focus on the industry and vertical you want to target. Again, you want to be as specific as possible. Instead of saying professional services, you can narrow it down to marketing agencies or recruitment agencies. In our case, we work with a lot of tech and software companies, but there are so many types of software: marketing tech, sales software, manufacturing tech, all with their own unique set of challenges. So for this campaign, I'm going to focus on fintech, which is financial technology. When picking your vertical, I recommend thinking about the verticals in which you have the best case studies, as those are ones you have proved social proof and have the best stories to tell. As we've talked about in the 5 pillars, email and cold calling modules, this also means you have better customer stories to talk about in your outreach. The reason I've chosen fintech is that we have several case studies with recognized logos I can refer to. Finally, with your vertical, you want to choose the size of company you want to work with. I do this by the number of employees, as the price of our service depends on the number of salespeople we train. But you could also do this by revenue, as you may know that companies with less than 5 million revenue are unlikely to be able to afford your services. For this particular campaign, I'm going to pick sales leaders at fintechs with 50 to 500 employees. This means later I can tailor my messaging specifically to sales leaders at mid-sized fintechs, and also use the customer stories of fintechs on our website. Now, pick one persona, just one, and one very specific vertical. So as an example, instead of saying I'm going to target retailers, it may be I'm going to target CFOs at luxury brands. So go ahead and write that down.